Please call, roll call, please.
Mr. Seaman?
Here.
Mr. Chickalow?
Here.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Would we all please stand for our pledge of allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve minutes from May 7th.
I'll make it. Second.
Thank you.
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chickalow?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna meet our guests. Good evening. Gentlemen. Anything on your check? Oh, I guess.
Wow.
Vivian, anything for us tonight?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm good.
Chuck?
Yeah, I was looking at that ARP thing, how they distribute the money. Are we getting shortchanged? Huh?
Oh,
For the
about
county, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, there were some things that I didn't know that we as a society, like the historical society, could ask for stuff. I didn't know. I thought it was all like trustees or something had to do with that.
So, Mr. Polivka was in my store the other night, and I got his ear on what happened with the denial of our fire ambulance. He was completely unaware. Asked him to look into it. Yep, Dan Polivka. Yeah, he was unaware that we were turned down like that.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh, that's right, he's running again, that's right, excuse me, he's running again, okay. Where am I at? So I bent his ear on it, so he would, just ask him questions and go from there, okay? Yeah, I think it's a travesty.
Well, I mean, I see a lot of places getting a lot of things. I didn't understand why we have a lot of needs.
Yes,
Yes.
And I think, Diana got a fire truck or something, didn't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
ambulance, right?
Ambulance.
Finally did not.
No,
Never fixed requested one.
okay.
What was it?
They're below us.
I know.
So if you, the ARP money is, if you read the papers that come with it from the government, it's for COVID. It's still based on COVID and the COVID relief funds. So you're supposed to demonstrate either a loss or a need related to COVID in order to get these funds. So that's why some fire departments got ambulances, but we didn't for some reason. We showed the same need. But then some people put in for parks, swing sets, and
Yeah.
if you could relate that to having outdoor space and recreation for people during times of COVID. I don't know how they're doing it. There's no rhyme or reason as to how these grants are given out. I mean, I watch it every week. I know what's on Auditor Yoder's list that people have requested, and it runs a gamut. And then you look at Warren City, who they gave each ward $500,000 to distribute as that
Ward council.
that councilman saw fit. You ought to see some of the stuff they're giving away.
I'm
just-
sure.
There was
Is it a
no
case of
clear
who you know?
guidance. There was no clear guidance. What's that?
You think it's a case of who you know?
Must be.
We don't know the right people.
Right.
So, and to answer the question, supposedly every township was given $200,000. Okay, allocated that from the commissioners to spend to request how they wanted to spend. Now, some townships have gotten 280,000, 310,000.
And they were only supposed to do one thing with it, right?
It's supposed to be a project.
But some of them are doing more than one thing with it.
Some of them done up to 3
Right.
projects.
We
There's
had
no
that-
rhyme or reason
Right,
from the
so-
beginning
No.
that it started.
Okay, so
But if they allocated 200,000 to us, how come we just, and we
our
say this is
project,
what we're
our
gonna.
project was denied, so yes.
All of it.
So where's our 200,000 going?
It's still there.
We still have
It's
the
in holding.
opportunity to, but we have to put in a new project. Yes.
So you're working on that, the ambulance.
Or convince them.
No, they already
denied
turned
the
down.
The ambulance was denied, but I have a letter. They put it in holding and they said that the attorney who reviews these said that we would have an opportunity to clarify our need.
It's called an administrative appeal. And we can do that.
So I have a letter that I've given it to the trustee
But it-
tonight to send, so.
That was another thing. I seen where it said they had $800,000. And then, are they gonna spend $250,000 of that for legal advice now?
Oh, they already have.
Yeah, that's already
Huh?
spent.
Yeah,
Is that just for that 800,000 or was it for the whole thing?
I think that was
the whole project.
The whole
Yeah.
project.
All of the requests go to her, this attorney for approval, and they come back to the commissioners and if she says, okay, the commissioners approve it.
So this means it's not their fault. It's the commission's fault.
That's
If we don't get it,
You see? See?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but the commissioners are not going to go against an opinion from a lawyer.
No, they're not.
No, can you, so you just pay $250,000 to a lawyer to give you a learned opinion,
right.
and then you vote against that? You turn around and don't take their opinion?
No,
Not gonna happen.
What I wanna know is that why did one community get an ambulance and we were turned down?
That's-
That's all I wanna know.
That's
That's
the
I
question.
can understand, but just tell me how.
Yeah.
So what was our project that got turned down?
The ambulance.
The
Ambulance.
Yeah.
And how are they being able to, like, they'll get an ambulance and we'll just say a park and this and that, and they're doing like two things, when we were told one thing,
One.
that's it.
We initially put in for the addition on the
Mhm.
building, and they turned that down.
Mhm.
So then we went with the squad, and we also asked for the roof for the pavilion. They had approved that, but then when we asked for the squad, they said, well, you can only have one project, you gotta forgo the roof. So.
Well-
And I emailed back and said, well, why are we forgoing, other people have gotten more than one project. I was trying to be very careful, because as your daughter said, they don't have to give us anything, so I was trying to be very careful, but saying other people got generators and ambulances and.
An
Why are
ambulance is
we
more
only allowed to have
practical at
one?
least.
Just like you said, they don't have to give us anything, but yet we are allotted 200,000.
Yeah.
or fif-
It's
okay, so
allotted, but they don't have to
where-
give
But
it.
where's that money going if they don't give
Give it
it?
to somebody else.
Somebody else.
There's a lot of requests still in, a
Sure.
lot.
So somebody else might get 400,000 because we're not gonna do ours.
No.
Well, that's what I said, that, is it Leonardsburg, that's $275,000 for
I know.
a museum?
Yeah, they got a museum.
I
I think it was Leonardsburg, got $275,000 for a museum. For, I think it was Tubman or something like that.
Mhm.
I didn't see.
He's right.
I mean, is there even a museum there already, or are we talking new?
Levitt
There
does
is a
have
museum,
one.
yes.
Yes.
For her,
For,
Tubman?
yes. It was right next to the old high school.
There you go.
So they're
Where
not-
Polivka's building
Yeah.
was,
Yeah, there you
is
go.
where Levisburg's
Yeah.
What is it?
museum is,
Are they
yeah.
building a new museum or?
I can't answer what they're doing with their funds, but I mean, that's where the museum is currently, yes.
We took them.
Good topic.
Huh?
Good topic.
Well, I mean, I would let them know that we're highly upset.
Yeah,
I mean,
oh yeah,
well,
oh yeah, they do.
I mean,
Yeah, Jeff and I were on a phone call to Yoder the day we got, turned down.
Denied.
Yeah,
I mean, they could say no, but as long as we remind the people that they said no to us, we know how to vote.
well, we just did. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, all right. Matt,
I got a question about the insurance. I'm just kind of curious, how'd we go from 80 grand to 19 grand in 4 years in money difference?
getting less expensive?
Yeah, by that much money.
Okay, so before insurance was paid through a private health, it was, Anthem? It was Anthem, a private insurance company. And those benefit, that was considered a benefit package for all of the full-time employees of the township.
Okay.
That was the premium. when Nikki came on, they figured out that they could use Obamacare for employees' health benefits, and that's the savings in the cost.
Okay, so I thought it went down like 2, 3 times here in the last 4 years. Am I wrong on that or?
No, it went
No,
down 2 years
just-
ago. This is our second year of big savings. We've been doing
60
this for-
grand. How come that,
Yes.
that Obamacare has been around for a long time? How come nobody's ever caught that?
Never.
We've been
Never came
paying,
up.
we've been paying the 80 grand though, right?
Yeah. Up until 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
crazy
Yeah.
that never got caught. I don't get
No.
that. That's a lot of money of our tax-paying money that went to
Absolutely.
that.
Yes, it was.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars and didn't get caught.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't impress me.
Oh,
That
I
does not
understand. I
impress me.
understand. I mean, I was here. I benefited from that.
Yeah, but I mean, you're telling me though that the township's been paying that 80 grand?
For decades. Oh, I don't know if it
How-
was 80,000.
And how long's Obamacare been around?
15?
Right. So we've been,
Yes.
all these years,
Yes, sir.
the ball was dropped.
That's absolutely correct.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I can't say it any other way. That is sad.
We have awful advice.
Very bad advice.
When things changed, you were familiar with that from
When
the
the broker,
county.
and the broker, our premium had gone way, 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 way up.
Yeah.
And we started talking and saying, there's gotta be something else that we can
Wow.
do to save money. So our broker helped us find an alternative, is what,
Yeah.
we found an alternative.
Mhm.
And we do pay into, house savings accounts now, which the max we can, which helps pay for the premiums and helps pay. you know,
Geez, though,
that
think all
offset.
these years, all that money's been spent, what we could have been doing
I don't know though
otherwise.
that we
That's
could've-
crazy to me.
But I don't know if it would have benefited, it's based on salaries, how you qualify too. So some.
Well, I get that, but heck, with that being said, we probably should have qualified way better earlier because everybody wasn't getting paid the money they're getting paid now. Just an example, $12, now it's $15, you know. That's disturbing to me, that kind of money's been put out there and never caught.
Did the
That's-
loss ratio have anything to do with it?
By
The age of the
Yes,
people?
as we.
Well, that usually makes it
as
go up.
we aged,
The loss ratio, you know, who got paid for what accident
Yeah.
or whatever, that's come down.
yeah.
That also brings the premium down.
Yeah.
Not that much.
And
No.
if you have somebody that could be very sick too, your premiums are gonna keep going up and up
Sure.
because you're covering those costs with such a small
That's what
community. You only
Yeah,
have a few
that's what
people to help offset it, so without violating any HIPAA laws or anything, our premiums were going up, so we were able to save money.
Thank God it got caught.
Oh, I get it. I get it. When I left out here, it just hit me and I'm thinking, how could that be? So, all right.
Yeah.
Good enough.
All right. Ken, please.
Excuse me, next zoning commission meeting is June 10th. And we were able to utilize an alternate again at our last meeting because we had one person not be able to be there. So we really appreciate the fact that we have alternates on the zoning commission.
I was in attendance at the last meeting, and they were talking about ADUs. Really good discussion, and you've got a lot on your plate with that. That's a more complicated issue, I think, than anyone would have thought.
We're fortunate we're not in some big suburban areas.
Yeah.
Like Montgomery County, Maryland, what they're going through right now.
Mhm.
Properties that were before you couldn't begin to touch, now they're allowing 3 and 4 houses on quarter-acre lots because of ADUs. It's unbelievable what's going on down there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're fortunate.
Yes, yeah. So if you do some research, you'll find out that in urban areas, the shortage of housing is so acute. They thought that the ADU might be a solution. Well, they're not, it's backfiring, I guess is the right word.
It depends on who you talk to. It's all
Okay.
political. It's all political. I can
Okay.
guarantee you, it's all political.
Well, thank you for working on this. It's great. Okay. Ellen?
I really don't have too much. I sent out some letters And I received a call back, one gentleman who was in today, down here across from, a hand packing, putting up a couple of buildings, they didn't obtain permits. And the one is agriculture, the other is a shed, which will have equipment and stuff, and he paid for that.
Okay, good, okay, good.
The other one is a house on North Park Extension. And he called me today, didn't obtain any permits. Doesn't have septic approval or anything. You can't see stuff because it's back in trees. So I told him, I says, if I have to, I can put a stop work order on it, or the county can. Either way, I said, you have to give those approvals before I'll issue a certificate for that home.
Okay,
And I looked at the other two. I don't know if you want to bring them up or I
no,
bring
go
them.
ahead.
The one was on Mahan Denman, and yes, there is some clutter there. I'm just waiting. I didn't send them anything. The other one on Hyde Schaefer looks better than it ever did, even though it's got stuff there. The one that has the dumpster with it, that's been cleaned up fairly well.
You think it's still in progress?
Good question. I'm watching it and we'll see
Okay.
what happens.
Okay,
I talked to a young man there, which I assume is a Brown relative. He said they would like to buy that and tear it down and put it in with their own fields and
Oh,
plow
okay.
and so forth, tear the house down. The house is gutted. There's no walls in it. All there is the,
yeah,
what
outside
do you
walls.
call it?
Yeah,
And he said that guy's a real character. Well, it's a woman that owns it, and she lives in Cortland. I've dealt with them for I don't know how long. And
okay,
comes and goes. I'd get something done, and then it'd be right back.
okay. We'll
But
just keep a good eye on it and we'll go from there.
so like I say, it really looks better than it has for a long time because that yard and everything's been cleaned up fairly well.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen any construction or anything at the Bower Cemetery back
No,
off of that, the road?
Thompson Clark. You've been
Yeah.
on Thompson Clark.
Said they were starting to build something.
I'm not aware of it.
Okay. Could you see it from the road?
Okay.
I don't know if they started building a house back there or just a building or something.
I can't say. You guys have been dealing with them for some time
Yeah,
over
that's
that area.
They didn't give us any notice that they were putting anything up.
I seen the property was staked off, but I didn't see no construction at that
Yeah.
time.
Okay, I haven't
Okay.
been by it in 2 weeks. Okay,
All right.
we'll keep an eye.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Greg?
Anybody want to volunteer for help coming up this week? Got plenty of stuff to do.
Okay,
So Evergreen's done and all the small cemeteries.
yeah, I saw that.
On to Sager for 3 days. We got a burial tomorrow, so that's gonna split up a lot of time. I gotta get the flags up tomorrow or the next day. And plant some bequest flowers.
Okay. All right. I've got Thursday afternoon, I think, available, be able to help out.
Great. Short road in, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Had Doug come out today. Thank you, Doug.
Yep.
About help cut some grass. It's a big help. We were able to knock off that.
Yeah,
cemetery. I wasn't like, think we were gonna be able to do it, but with the help there, ended up being good done. So,
Okay.
and, we fixed the fire department's mower today too. It had a broken dampener, steering dampener, so that got fixed. We were able to use that, 3 mowers out. Take care of it. It's got to work.
Did a good job.
Yeah, other than that, that's, well, that's it.
All right. Beautiful.
How good is that driveway to go back into that cemetery?
Bowers? Or
You can get back in there. If it's not raining, you can get back in there and back
Yeah.
out. You don't need to go in there though.
No.
All you need to do is go down the road.
Okay.
You can
You'll
see
see
it from the road.
Yeah, you can see it.
I gotta say, I'm not going back in there
No,
and get
no.
stuff. No way.
No.
It's just a field, that's all it is, a field.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, thank you.
All right. Chief?
Okay, to start off, like you said, we heard from the auditor about our denial. And also there was a statement she made in the email that, the funds were frozen and that if we wanted to, we could, in essence, appeal the attorney's decision. I put together a letter there for you to read if you want to, send it or not to the commissioners. And, kind of paraphrase it here. So the one thing they said, the auditor said during the meeting and everything, she said, well, Bristol didn't show an increase in runs. When they started, they had this amount of calls, and when they ended, they had this amount of calls. It was about the same. Well, it's not true. So the whole premise behind these funds are COVID funds, and what COVID did to your department. Okay. So when we started, we had X amount of calls. Everybody, and I took everybody who was awarded an ambulance or had requested an ambulance, I got all of their run numbers for 2019 through 2023, which is what the attorney wanted. So I did a comparison. And everybody on the list in 2019 ran X amount of calls. 2020, everybody dropped. Because that's when COVID hit, and everybody says, don't go to the hospital. Everybody's calls went down because everybody stayed home. Unless they were deathly ill, then we took them to the hospital. But people avoided going to the hospital for the routine things. In 21, everybody started escalating. 22, it went up even higher. So we started, I can't remember. I didn't put the exact number on there, but we started with 5 something, I think, or 6 something. We went down to 500. Then we went up to 800 calls. So we went a huge curve, peaked out at 800. The next year we started coming down, as did everybody on the chart. Now, a few of them, Howland, Champion, and I think Bezzetti increased by 1 call. And almost everybody else did the same as we did. They declined a little bit after the peak. So I don't know where Auditor Yoder can say that, we didn't show a need or didn't show any variance due to COVID, where we clearly did. So, and also during that time period, our ambulance, we had to replace the motor in it. And you don't know if that's for running more calls than not, who knows? But we replaced a motor. That was $8,000. So, and then our budget, they had 3 requests for fire departments to get ambulances that didn't run ambulance during COVID. So they awarded 1 already, and that was to Gerard. Bloomfield has requested an ambulance, and they didn't run during COVID. And Hubbard requested an ambulance, and they didn't run squad during COVID. So, and I'm curious to see if they're awarded ambulances too. They're coming up in a few weeks in the future here. But our budget, she said that our budget did not show.
So she said, in reviewing documentation, I see that in 2019, there was a total of 360,000 in revenue and 395,000 in expenditures. In 2024, there was a total of 150,000 in revenue and only 111,000 in expenditures. This is a pretty significant discrepancy. Can you please explain this? And I said, good evening. Because we were only 4 months into 2024, both revenue and expenditures will increase as the year progresses. I sent you actual numbers, not budgeted. If you would like budgeted numbers, I will forward them to you. I mean, she's asking why our numbers are down. Well, we're only 4 months in.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
And
This is the attorney.
I tried to explain, we can't predict the number of calls we're gonna have.
Right.
Nobody can,
We can't
And it
predict an
varies.
$8,000 motor.
Up and down, per, but the COVID paperwork doesn't say it's based on the amount of responses you have. It's based on your need. Did you have an increase? Did you have that's why we got the funds back for the manpower, when they put out the funds that said, okay, if you had an increase in manpower and an increase in overtime, we're going to give you so much money. Well, we benefited from that.
Sure did.
Probably 50,000 maybe total, a couple different grants. And we were able to show that we had to put extra people on to handle this situation, and we did. So I don't know. You can read that over.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to send, I'll send it. If not, whatever.
Okay.
What makes no sense, all that stuff you just said, if we would have said we wanted a dog park, there would be nothing that we would have to tell them. No, we want a dog park. Well, great. But because you want an ambulance, you have to have all these figures and data. The whole thing makes absolutely no sense.
And I don't know if commissioners or, of course, the attorney doesn't know, but, fire chiefs are pretty tight. And the people who, once somebody gets awarded something, we all share the information. And if you took all of the applications that won in our application, it's almost identical. Even the numbers, because we all did the same thing. We all peaked and we all went down. And, the statements are all the same, the need, we all run mutual aid to each other. Champion, one of their biggest things was, we go to Bloomfield or Bristol all the time. We go to Sunnyton all the time, we go to Farmington and we go to Bloomfield all the time. We go to Greene sometimes, We all had the same statements and the same qualifications. I just don't know why that is. So.
Okay.
Got it.
Just one other question. Are you getting your mail?
Yeah.
Not like we used to. I don't know. We're
Did
getting
you
some
get mail in the mailbox?
We're getting some mailbox. Yes, some mail in the mailbox. It's not like, I don't know. We'll find out when they come repossess something.
Way to go.
It's not my fault. We need new mattresses. I know.
Yes.
They're
Okay.
13, almost 14 years old now. Slept on every night. They're getting kind of ragged and nasty looking, so we're looking into getting some of those.
Okay, go ahead.
The air compressor, we've been 2 years without an air compressor. We've borrowed one, Ken Horn, a couple of years. So we could really use an air compressor. Preferably a big one. Because, if we don't have one that'll go, 200 pounds or more, then we can't fill the tires for the fire truck. So, we just can't, unfortunately, we just can't go buy a little Sears robot compressor. So we'll look at that, see what the prices we come up with.
Okay.
Same way with tools. I think Greg discovered today. We couldn't get the mower out of the station because you could only go right, do circles around. Anyway, you couldn't, and we don't even have a socket set for him to.
I guess some jacked up tools. Buckle brick busters what they are. I'd throw them on the ground and leave. They're mine. I don't work with that kind of stuff.
Because they're pretty bad stuff. And again, we haven't had a set of tools since we were in this building, 10 years ago. The shoreline, all the line drops need replaced.
What is the shoreline?
If you remember, it's an electrical line that the truck plugs into the truck, so it keeps the battery tender and everything, so the trucks are start all the time.
Retractable?
It used to be. Now they're
Okay.
broke the last one finally, and again they came with the building. The last one quit working the other day. They still, we still plug them in, they work, but they don't eject correctly. They eject and they lay on the floor, and we run over them with the trucks as we leave. Then we have to replace the plug when we get back. So those all need replaced. The new squad and the car had maintenance and oil changes done this week. And then tomorrow we have a work session.
Speaking of that, I would like to request that we cancel it and go to next week, please. We're so slammed with the cemeteries. I have not had time to do my due diligence on it. Gentlemen,
Next week,
I-
me.
yeah, okay. I know you're busy this week too, so, Tuesday? 6 o'clock?
Tuesday next week?
Yes.
I can't do Tuesday.
Can't? Wednesday? Monday? Okay, Monday it is.
Memorial Day?
Oh, gosh. That's why we're so busy. Okay. All right, Thursday?
Yep.
Okay,
Thursday, you guys can be. I won't be here Thursday, but you guys can.
Yeah, you want. I can do Thursday.
okay.
What's that? What's the day?
30.
30?
30.
All right. 6 o'clock, okay?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
It's the
Thank you.
30th, 5:30 is the date.
Yes,
Oh,
May 30th.
You said 5:30, not 6?
No, my.
No.
No,
May-
5:30 is the
Oh,
date,
that's the
and then
okay,
6
okay.
PM is the time.
Making sure.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's all.
All right, thank you. So,
Go ahead, Chuck.
Are we having a service?
yes,
We are? I didn't see nothing in the paper.
tonight. We'll be on the sign.
It's on the sign now.
Yeah, it'll be in the paper tomorrow.
Okay.
9, where is it? 9:30, Sager, 10, there we go. Yeah, 9:30 at Sager. 10:15, gather at the Veterans Memorial in Evergreen Cemetery and march up to the center. So 10:30-ish, we'll have our final assembly at the Civil War Memorial Monument. You better, I'll lose it.
I got it. That's my to-do.
Okay. Any old business?
Nothing.
Okay,
Old business, nothing.
okay. New?
No new business.
Okay. Nope. All right. Put forth a motion to, we need to talk about this before I put forth the motion. We had the county building inspector come out several weeks ago to okay the demolition of the house at the corner. And they say that the building is secure and structurally sound and will not sign off on that. So I have put forth a motion to rescind the advertisement for demolition of the house pending appeal to the Trumbull County Building Department. Do I have a second?
Second,
What went wrong with
What on
the
Wednesday?
original checking that building out?
Let me do the roll call.
Roll call.
Go ahead.
Roll call. Sorry, Mr. Chicolo? Oops,
Yeah.
Mr. Seaman?
I'm here too.
Mr. Chicolo?
yeah,
Mr. Walden?
yes.
Okay, now discussion.
Don't have a clue. They sent pictures of what they took, a series of 4 or 5 of them from Route 45. Doesn't look to me like they went over to the side of the building to see where the roof is. I've been told that the whole ceiling and the top floor is gone. It has collapsed. I don't know. So we are going to appeal that also.
I was just curious,
Yes.
I mean, because you had everything,
I do.
yeah.
I've got everything ready to go.
What is the appeal process?
It's called an administrative appeal. I have to appeal to the people who made that decision, just like
Who are the people that made the decision?
the building inspector, after the building inspector
County.
department, Trumbull County building.
Trumbull County,
inspector.
okay. Is it
Slawinski,
one person or
Yes.
two people that did it?
Just
one.
Just
One.
one, as far as I know. He's the one who signed it. So it's just one.
Did they
Was-
look inside?
Don't
I
know.
don't think.
That was my
Just
question.
curious. just curious.
I don't know.
And or they allowed, that's what I want to
Yeah.
know too.
Didn't it say somewhere that he couldn't, they said they
They
couldn't
said
get
it was
in?
locked,
Yeah, I thought I read that
And we
somewhere.
have
That door's wide open.
Yeah.
Here's what they said, they checked. I believe the structure does not constitute a serious hazard in that it is not dangerous to human life and is secure from easy entry.
If the windows are broke, you can,
Yeah.
there's no windows.
Yeah, we're going to appeal that one too. Trumbull County's gonna really like us.
He asked the question. I was going to ask if it was a physical inspection or just sitting in the road taking pictures.
It looks like that's what happened.
But you can see it from the road.
Is there any cost that is associated with these appeals?
No. If we are turned down by an administrative appeal, we are allowed to go to court. Then the cost would be on us. The burden becomes ours.
All right, so this was condemned by the health department, correct?
It was,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
But it's okay with the
building inspector,
building inspector.
yes. Health department looks into septic tanks, wells, that sort of thing. So a little bit of a different animal. But you would think that they would line up. That's my
Just a little
thought.
more.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
got a question.
yes, sir.
With all the public sentiment out there on that building, will the board of trustees be willing to go to court to fight it, to get it torn down? Do you think?
It comes down to money.
Well, I
Yeah,
understand, but that's what I'm saying.
Kurt, I'm gonna just
I
speak for
think
myself,
we're gonna
yes.
talk to them, I think. We got a couple of connections that I think we're gonna try and convince them
Yeah,
without going through a bunch of, we'll see what happens.
Who's gonna pay for the kid that's in that house and smokes a cigarette and
No.
gets burnt to death?
yeah. I
Not
know.
us,
It falls through the floor.
not us.
Don't you use the county prosecutor for your?
Yep.
thing?
Why put that risk out there?
We're
It
not.
would be a conflict.
That's what I was just gonna
We
say.
probably
Oh, they
can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In
It
that
would be a
case,
conflict,
the prosecutor probably would
because they're
refuse.
also the building department,
Right.
so it's a
I know
conflict.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Well, administrative though is different.
I think you're gonna try to meet with Mike anyways, bring him
yes.
out here, because he just said a
Yeah.
representative from the office, so it wasn't him. So they're gonna try to set up a meeting, like.
So I do got a question on the health department. The health department comes out here and deals with people with junk in their yards and stuff like that. So going back on the septic tank and stuff like that, I don't know how it can be one way and not the other. And how can they condemn it? And then now it's not condemned by the building inspector. So to me, the health department couldn't condemn it. Right?
Well, I think it's two separate rules. The health department is more septic, well,
Okay.
that way. Probably just looking at the overall structure of it. Mike's-
But does it come down to the building inspector making the final decision?
No.
Then how did the health
They're
department condemn it?
They're independent.
So how did the health department condemn it?
The health department
I don't know,
condemned
but I got the
septic
letter.
and the well, so you cannot use those.
Right,
Oh, I thought they
The
condemned the
building
house
itself,
too.
the structure
Oh, no.
is sound.
Oh, okay, they did.
Yes,
right.
yeah, separate things. I'm sorry. I
Okay, right,
misunderstood.
okay, then I misunderstood too.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they condemned the house, but now they're saying no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. There
that's
was-
what my question was. It's
Initially,
like-
there was confusion with that because both buildings are on the same parcel.
Yeah,
Yeah, remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
That slowed me down.
So if they put
Yeah.
a porta potty on it, they can live in it. Somebody can live in it.
Oh,
That's what they-
gosh.
that's what they're saying.
I don't know how they did one and not the other, that, I don't.
Well, you don't have the water.
Don't have to have one.
don't have to
The
have
health
either
department
one.
says you don't have to have water, you figure that one out.
Water, so
Oh.
you don't have to have, except you can have a porta potty.
Have water.
sitting out back.
Well, I'm not saying, but
You
you
got
gotta be able to
bottled
take a
water.
shower.
Bottle, no, you don't.
No,
You have
You
bottled
don't
water
want
to
to.
drink out of, so.
I guess, whatever.
Yeah, it's,
Those properties
Put
were
6
separate
in
at
it.
one time. And
It just doesn't make
somehow
sense.
the auditor combined them. Why and how, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they were separate at one time.
Okay. All right, let's move on to our minor hiring, policy for the township. I'll put forth a motion to accept the policy on minor hiring and working. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Seaman? Nope, it's a
I'll just, for discussion, I'll go over exactly what we've done. Right here. Requires working permits for underage, and we are allowed to have, people working for us as young as 14. But they do have to have work permits that would come from the Board of Education of the county and the school district. When they are hired, we will have an actual wage agreement, and they will know what their compensation is, if it's minimum wage or more, whatever it would come down to. This outlines the work hours that they are allowed to work while in school, which is no more than 3 hours on a school day or 8 hours on a non-school day, total of 18 hours per week during the school year. Breaks, after 5 consecutive hours of work are required to have a 30-minute break. We have also attached to this a complete list of prohibited jobs for minors in Ohio. And that comes directly from the state auditor. The, also, if you notice as you walk in the back door, there is work rules for the state of Ohio, and all of the minor working rules are on that, and that has to be posted at all times. So, roll call, please.
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
so I include the fire department?
Good question.
No, can they come down there, mow grass, wash windows,
Oh, yeah,
trucks, whatever?
yeah. You can probably have them do that, as long as you don't put a knife in their hands.
Well, no, I don't want to do that. We,
He's thinking about that.
our hard water on our shoulder, but,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
I just didn't know if they could come down there.
yeah.
Extra
I
work
think
or
we should, no reason we can't find out for sure, though. Yes, sir.
They can run mowers and stuff at 14.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that's correct.
Remember back in the day, I thought you had to be 16.
Speed whips, they're not allowed to touch.
Oh, okay.
They're not allowed to work on any equipment. Not allowed to be in freezers or meat coolers. They're not.
But they can
allowed-
run a mower though, huh?
I believe so, it's not listed
It
here.
must have changed when
Yeah.
I did all that.
Right, that's what my question was, because when they used to have a work program at school, you had to be a certain age to run any of that stuff.
Yeah,
And I know it was 14 to start back then, but there were certain things you couldn't do.
boiler rooms, no window washing.
Why?
Sorry.
On a
It'll
ladder,
fall through
on a ladder, I have to call it
On
on.
the ladder.
They're not allowed to cook or operate food equipment.
Somebody
Loading or
else can-
unloading.
Fire truck, you ain't reaching no fire truck window without a ladder. Because you're letting them inside to do the
No
inside.
warehouse work. And work,
So
and all the cars and trucks from within a pit is not allowed. We'll clarify some stuff, okay,
They sure changed a lot.
okay,
That'll be good to get them involved in the fire department.
yes, it would.
We've used them before through the county, you know, when they had that summer program. And they were, some of them are good, of course, and some not so good, but, yeah, they weren't allowed on ladders to really wash the short ones.
On the short bus? All right, I'll put forth a motion then to hold one meeting a month for the summer. June 11th of 2024, July 16th of 2024, and August 13th of 2024. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call,
Mr.
please.
Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Would you say that again, please, Doug?
We will hold our
One meeting,
on June 11th,
11,
July 16,
15,
August 13.
thank you.
Are we still good with this?
Yeah.
Thought we were good.
We're gonna ask for the rest of it. We'll have
Okay.
that for the next
All right,
meeting.
sounds
We're
good.
gonna ask for the
Okay,
rest of
all
it.
right.
But we'll get it on the books so we can
Okay.
get them on schedule.
All right, so we've asked our Trumbull County engineer to help us with chip and sealing on the hand Denman, Hyde, Schaefer, and Thompson Clark. So I'll put forth a motion to approve the Trumbull County engineer to chip and seal Mahan Denman, State Route 88 to Hyde Schaefer. Thompson Clark, Mahan Denman to Hyde Oakfield, and TH 233 Corey Hunt from State Route 88 to Hyde Oakfield at an estimated cost for 3 roads of $51,370.14. We will also have them skim patch the roads beforehand. Okay, so that will make them smoother. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is that Jim?
Yeah.
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chiffield?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
We have a Travis West, who has passed all of his requirements and has worked for us before,
Yes.
correct? Okay. So I'll put forth a motion to rehire Travis West as a summer help at a rate of $12 per hour. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chiffield?
Yes.
Mr. Waldeck?
Yes.
Okay. Gentlemen, anything else?
Questions?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
If, I apologize if this is redundant, but several months ago, I remember some sort of conversation that the county was gonna come out and look at those several spots on my roads,
How's the crap?
how's the crap, and has anything been done on that?
I believe they have looked at, and they don't believe that they're a serious problem as we
They're
said.
wet all the time now.
I'm just right down there.
Yeah, I was just down there.
I was there a few weeks ago and I don't know where.
Well, I was down there today, twice.
Sure, yeah, I got you, yeah, I
Okay.
Is
understand.
it before the
It's right,
campground?
it's right by the campgrounds, it's right where, Mr. Friend used to live, or whatever the name is.
Okay, so it's just past the main entrance.
There's 2 spots right in the center of the road. I don't know how you can miss them. I'm sorry.
On my way home, I'm gonna go by tonight.
600 foot up from the gate, front gate.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
You can't miss
My
it.
mind,
You
you
can't.
can't miss them.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
While the county's out here fixing township roads, is there any plans of them addressing some of the county roads, Corey Hunt?
Don't know. I don't know their plans, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
There's a,
What?
there's a summer kid too, another summer kid. We had that work permit.
Champion's gonna be a disaster if it fails.
Oh, yeah.
Road being closed.
It's raining, so that is a summer high school kid. They have a work permit now. Him?
Okay, so how old is he? 16. Okay. You wanna go grab a clutch or? All right, yeah. All right.
He's kind of work permit and everything, so I just didn't have the application. He was
Oh,
supposed to drop
he's
it off
got it.
here.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't
okay.
know-
So
I
you
didn't
might
put
be
it-
able to hire another
I-
young man tonight.
I
Good.
didn't put it on because I didn't have the application yet.
Okay. Good. The gentleman that we're going to get the application for is 16.
Yes,
Okay.
and we have a work permit from the high school.
Good
I
enough.
have that already.
All right, great. Okay. FYI, there's a community garage sale June 21st and the 23rd. Who's sponsoring that? Does anybody need?
I know Amy's kind of running it. I don't know if you call it sponsoring it.
Okay.
She's Amy Line.
Let's sing.
Linsinger, thank you. There's a-
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Rob. I forgot.
I was listening and he was talking about that he's gonna put the flags up at the cemetery.
No, those are done. We're talking flags on Route 45.
Oh,
On the,
okay.
on the poles.
Oh,
Yeah.
does the community service conduct on that?
Our guys, our 2 guys who get the bucket truck up, running and go. But
Some flags.
Who's at the flags?
No, up on the pole.
It's on the poles.
Yeah, I thought he
Flag,
said.
okay, the flags, cemetery, who sets those?
They're already
Cemetery
done.
Association.
They're done.
Yeah,
We already took care of it.
yeah.
You guys do that?
You guys plant all the geraniums?
Uh, Sarah and her 4 daughters, and there's another couple there. And their daughter. I don't know if those are the ones that are supposed to be coming from Austintown. I thought we were supposed to get people from Austintown, but Sarah and them did most of the work for her girls.
Well, you got the geranium, you mean Boston Town to come and plant them?
What's that?
They were coming from Boston Town to plant them?
Yeah, well, she belongs to the 4-H or something like that, and it was like to bring the kids out to.
Oh, okay, because they
just
got
like
them from
a-
us, they got them from Chick's Greenhouse, that's why, they got them, picked them up Sunday, that's why I wondered if they were
Yeah, we got them
all
all
planted
planted.
already.
Yeah, they're done.
And there was a lot of, 160 of them,
Yeah,
okay,
we're good. And they were happy with flowers too.
good.
To do the pond. I still haven't got one. Okay. Are you gonna do anything? I still have this bulldog in here. Are you gonna get your trucks done?
Yeah.
Okay. We had an estimate. I have it in here still. I don't know why, because I don't know where we wait. Why do I have it in my folder still?
I guess.
It's money. It's
Okay.
just equipment fault.
I just don't want to.
So,
We're waiting on Greg.
right there.
Which one is,
He didn't go home.
You would have to
Get it?
do a garage, just the
I
garage.
would
When you
just
did
leave
that,
Dave
you did?
on.
Oh,
That was the
fantastic.
beginning.
We got 4
Motion to pay bill?
57.
Oh, that's the last one.
457
Yeah,
tires
we did.
came.
Saturday.
We had people
collection day when he
Coming
stuff up there.
back to us,
On the way.
scoured the roads in
Yeah,
North
we got
Bristol, bringing more tires out of the ditches. I've bought 10, 12 of those at
Yeah.
least. Jeff and I
And we
were.
made some money on it.
No, we had grants. We didn't make any money on it. It was all paid for at grants.
But there was something that was scrap.
No.
No, we ended up, actually, I called them and I talked to the owner of Bristol Disposal. And, they only charge us
Oh.
a set amount. It's like it's $1,200 to be
Okay.
here. That pays for all their workers, everything. They use the scrap money to help offset that. They do it for the community.
They
So,
still,
so compared to what a Champion paid 15,000 for their dumpsters this year, 1,200 is a steal. So I was not arguing. I don't want to go
I knew
to.
there was a
pay
stuff,
per
but who was
time.
doing what?
He does a lot for us because it's our community and he's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So
we- we
$1,200.
need to thank you.
I
For
thought
Bristol
that's what I was
Disposal.
gonna run into.
Yeah, I didn't know that. When he said that, I said, this conversation didn't happen. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Especially when I saw Champions bill at
I was wondering if we went
$15,000.
the other way, how much money we made.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we would have lost money.
Yes.
Because their workers worked hard. They watched, the 2 of them watched them. They work hard. Unload everything.
And there wasn't enough scrap there to pay people.
We didn't do it.
No, it doesn't help.
Oh, he doesn't know to give a
Use their own scrap, give it away and haul it up here.
Correct.
I'll haul it
Yeah.
down.
Okay, we'll have to wait. Okay.
Okay,
All
sorry.
right, no problem. Okay, anything else to come before the board tonight?
Can't help with that stuff.
Okay, so I'll put forth a motion to pay bills. Do I have a second?
Second,
Mr. Seaman?
Yes.
Mr. Chicolo?
yes?
Mr. Walden?
Yes.
Okay, last chance. I'll put forth a motion to adjourn, please.
Second,
Mr. Seaman?
Yes,
Mr. Chicolo?
yes?
Mr. Walden?
Yes.
thank you, thank you.